Hi, are you an artist who wants to tour, but you have no money, you have no contacts, you have no experience? Does it seem like an impossible task to organize a big tour? Well, I have good news for you. It's not impossible. Here's how to do it. So, when I started, I had zero experience, but I had a will to go and tour and to make a career in music. So, I just decided to start doing stuff. And fast forward 3.5 years to this point, I have organized 7 tours, both in Finland and in Europe. And we have done 198 shows with my band, from which most of the shows were organized by myself. So I think I have already a bit of experience in this field, and I have learned many things throughout the years that I've done this, and I still want to learn. I think learning is a great way to progress in your career. So if you have any comments, any ideas that might help me, and if you want to correct anything, please comment down below, because I want to learn and I want to discuss with fellow musicians who are in the same spot and who have different ideas, because it broadens your horizons. Anyway, let's get to it. So, first of all, if you're a band or an artist, you have to have some kind of program to do a live performance. You have to have at least 45 minutes worth of entertainment. In many places it's 2 sets, so it's 2 times 45 minutes. And you have to have a lot of songs in order to play for 90 minutes. Trust me, I've been there many times, and the feeling that you have too few songs to perform, that's a very bad feeling. You have to start improvising stuff, and you need to agree on making the songs longer, which is never a good idea. I always root for originality, but if you just don't have enough original songs but you still want to tour, then play covers or something. So yeah, plan the program beforehand and be sure that how long your set is and what is your maximum set length. You need to know your maximum set length. And a bonus tip, try to come up with the theme for the tour. It's always a good thing for the tour to have a theme. The second step you want to take is to plan the route and the dates for the tour. With this one you can be as creative as you want to be, because you can go basically anywhere you want to go. But please remember that the visa stuff for countries, they vary a lot. And for some countries it's way more difficult to obtain visas than to other countries. The third thing is to make a budget for your tour. You need to figure out your expenses. For example, car rentals, food, gasoline, ferries, plane tickets, if you're not traveling with your own car, if you need a sound technician or not, do you need to take your own backline, do you need to rent a backline, do you need to rent a PA system, do you need to buy anything especially for the tour, For some countries there are special requirements that you need to have in a car. For example, in Finland it's not mandatory to have a fire extinguisher in your car, but in some countries that is mandatory. And you need to find out what are the rules and the laws for drivers in the countries that you're going to. It's better to have a little bit of extra than to count the precise amount, because there are always surprises and detours on tour. After you have figured out all your expenses for the tour, count that how many shows can you make and how many shows do you want to make. So for example, if you need 3,000 euros and you are on tour for 4 weeks, you can do 5 shows a week, which results in 20 shows, and then just divide the 3,000 with 20 shows, and that's how you get the very minimum that you need per show for the tour. And after you have figured out the minimum sum, think that what is it that you want to make per show. And be reasonable. Be realistic in what your value is, how much people you can draw to the concerts. Make a realistic estimation and then think about a good price for a show that is over the minimum but within reasonable amounts. The fourth step is to make an email template which you can send to the venues. You can make a template for the dates and for the price and for the introduction of the band. Remember to adjust the email to be more personal. Write as little as possible, but be informative. If the venues are interested, they will ask for more information. There's tons of good tutorials online where they tell you how to send booking emails to venues. Go check those out. They're a bit more comprehensive than I am. Step number 5, start sending the emails. I recommend that you start sending the emails at least half a year before the tour. So, a good way to find venues. Number 1 is Google, and number 2 is that there are a few Facebook groups for DIY touring, and they are actually helpful. And then if you have musician friends who have toured, you can ask them if they want to share their contact lists or if they want to help you out book shows. But if you don't have any contacts, then Google and Facebook will take you pretty far. And remember that you can be as flexible with your routes as you want. If you get offered a nice deal from a nice place, but it's for a different date than what you originally asked for, then try to figure out if you can make it happen. You don't have to stick to the original plan all the way, because you can adjust it and you can change the plans, because it's very rare. I don't think I have ever succeeded to make the tour as I planned it before I started to book it. So be flexible with the dates. Sometimes you need to, instead of 200 kilometers, you have to drive 500 kilometers to make a nice show, but then you need to calculate if it's worth it. The 6th step is to design or hire someone to design a poster and then make a schedule for the tour. Make the schedule an hourly schedule for each day. That helps you on tour, trust me. And as far as transportation goes, remember to add a third of the time on top of the time that you're actually gonna spend on the road. For example, if Google Maps shows that it's a 4-hour drive, add a third more at least for the trip, for stops and lunch breaks, etc. And there's gonna be traffic jams and all kinds of surprises, flat tires and everything. And then after you have done the schedule and the poster, start promoting the tour. You want to get as many people to hear about your tour as possible. And finally, number 7, get to work. It's gonna be thousands of emails, it's gonna be a lot of work hours for a very little money. Don't get discouraged about all of the no's that you're gonna get. Remember that hard work will eventually pay off. Thanks so much for watching this episode of Musician's Vlog. I hope this was informative, helpful, and inspiring for you. If you enjoyed the content, please subscribe and leave a comment, and I will see you on the next episode. Take care.